Alexa, stop.
चलो ठीक है फिर। I request everyone to kindly mute their mics upon joining the meeting.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, dear students, respected seniors, and my fellow colleagues. I hope you all are well. In today's session, we have a young, marvelous associate, Ms. Monica Singh, having high expertise of drafting in district courts. She acquires good knowledge in criminal, civil, and family disputes. She knows the right force in cases she dealt in. I would like to welcome Ms. Monica Singh to speak on her topic. Over to you, Monica.
Thank you so much, Apurva. Good afternoon, dear students, respected seniors, and my fellow colleagues. Today I am here to discuss the topic of charge sheet with you all. Starting from the very starting stage of the discussed topic, I would like to share my screen with you people for your reference. First of all, for any charge sheet, the very starting stage is complaint, the filing of complaint before any police station, whether be it in oral form or written form. Am I audible to you all? Yes or no, maybe?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, loud and clear.
So, starting from the complaint, very starting stage of the today's topic, first of all, a complaint is being filed to any police station, whether it be in oral form or written form. If it describes any cognizable offense, then cognizable or non-cognizable, there are two types of offense. Cognizable offense are those in which a police officer has all the rights to arrest a person or to register a FIR without a warrant. We are discussing with cognizable offenses today. If cognizable offense is being described in your complaint, then the FIR get registered, investigation starts, arrest or non-arrest on the basis of investigation, then completion of investigation. After the completion of investigation, the part of charge sheet comes. Charge sheet can be complete, or it can be supplementary. If the charge sheet is being filed and it is not complete, it is being mentioned in the charge sheet itself that supplementary charge sheet will be filed during the trial of the case, if the police officer find any investigation during that period. And after the filing of charge sheet, trial is being committed, or if sessions trial is being committed, it is being defined under the first schedule of the CRPC, right? Then would like to come to the today's topic, that is charge sheet. Now talking about section 167 of CRPC. Section 167 CRPC talks about the stipulated time period for filing of charge sheet. If the accused is in JC, like if he is in judicial custody, then an offense relate to the proviso of section 167. Can all of you see section 167 over your screen?
No, ma'am.
You can't see it? Okay. Just give me a minute. Can you see it now?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is visible now.
Okay. Okay. Can you see section 167 over your screen now?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Proviso of this section, it reads as 90 days where the investigation relates to an offense punishable with death, punishable for imprisonment for life, or imprisonment for not less than 10 years. It says like if the person is in judicial custody and the police officer needs to file the charge sheet, and the offense relate to the punishment for this offense is being described as with death or life imprisonment, then the stipulated time period for filing that charge sheet after the registration of FIR is 90 days, right? And in any other offense, it is 60 days. And let me tell you one thing, if after the lapse of 90 days and 60 days time periods, the accused is being entitled to a statutory bail, that means bail on default. If on the satisfaction of magistrate and he provides for, he furnish for the surety of the like amount which the magistrate is asking, then he is entitled for bail, right? If अगर पुलिस वाले जो है वो नहीं फाइल करते 90 डेज के अंदर या 60 डेज के अंदर और वो टाइम पीरियड लैप्स हो जाता है, राइट? तो जो एक्यूज्ड है, जो जेसी में है, ही इज एंटाइटल्ड फॉर अ स्टैट्यूटरी बेल. Now, talking about the topic of today, that is charge sheet.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
A very good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, can you repeat what you have taught till now, as I missed a major portion of starting due to some technical issue?
Okay. So,
Thank you so much.
Excuse me.
Nika, I would like to request you one thing. Please go little slow. The students थोड़ा सा slow. धीरे ताकि.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Okay, your question was regarding should I start from complaint itself?
Yes, ma'am. I only got to listen the first line only, that cognizable offense in police has the authority to file FIR and start investigation.
Okay, let me start again. जब भी कोई पर्सन किसी भी पुलिस स्टेशन के सामने कोई भी कंप्लेंट फाइल करते हैं, वो रिटन में भी हो सकती है और ओरल में भी हो सकती है, राइट? दैट रिटन कंप्लेंट एंड ओरल कंप्लेंट डिस्क्लोजेस द टाइप्स ऑफ ऑफेंस, वेदर इट बी कॉग्निजेबल और नॉन कॉग्निजेबल. इन द केस ऑफ टुडे वी आर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट कॉग्निजेबल ऑफेंस. कॉग्निजेबल ऑफेंस कौन से होते हैं? वहां जब कोई भी पुलिस ऑफिसर, उनको अथॉरिटी है टू अरेस्ट द पर्सन फ्रॉम द वेरी इनिशिएटिंग ऑफ द कंप्लेंट टू अरेस्ट हिम or to register the FIR. After the registration of FIR, investigation starts. IO is being appointed, that is called an investigation officer. He starts the investigation. After investigation, arrest or non-arrest maybe, then completion of investigation being done, and after the completion of investigation, charge sheet is being filed. The provision of filing the charge sheet is 173 of CRPC. Then charge sheet can be in complete form or it can be in supplementary form as well. Like if during the filing of charge sheet, it has been mentioned there that they will file the supplementary charge sheet against that particular case during the trial of the case as well. And after the filing of charge sheet, the trial may be the trial begins. It may be trial or sessions trial or designated trials like POCSO और नेशनल इन्वेस्टिगेशन एजेंसी के, मतलब जो नेशनल सिक्योरिटी से रिलेटेड जो मैटर्स होते हैं वो यहाँ पर, राइट? एनी कंफ्यूजन रिगार्डिंग दिस टिल नाउ?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no, maybe clear?
No, ma'am. What is the purpose of supplementary charge sheet?
Okay. The purpose of supplementary charge sheet is that whenever like time period is being given, 90 days or 60 days time period is there. So it may be possible that police officer did not get all the related things, all the related material related to the investigation. So he seeks a permission from the court prior that he may file the supplementary thing if he finds any kind of investigation evidence or maybe any new accused is being introduced in the during the course of his investigation, right? Am I clear? Yes or no, maybe?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now coming towards today's topic, 167. We were discussing 167 as well. Let me tell you about that thing as well. Okay, can you see 167 over your screen right now, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So we were talking about the proviso of 167. Proviso 1. 90 days time period where the investigation, like this proviso particularly talks about the time period being stipulated for filing a charge sheet in the offense related with death, imprisonment for life, or imprisonment for not less than 10 years. That means if any offense which is being mentioned in IPC has in itself the punishment with death or imprisonment for life, the charge sheet needs to be filed within the stipulated time period of 90 days. And second proviso reads as 60 days where the offense, मतलब इनके अलावा अगर कोई और offense है तो it will be 60 days. And let me tell you one thing as well, if any offense which is related to women, then the stipulated time period is 60 days only, that is 2 months. And after the lapse of like 90 days and 60 days time periods lapse होने के बाद, if police officer is not able to file the charge sheet, then the accused is being entitled to statutory bail. Statutory bail is like bail on default. Like if police officer is not filing the charge sheet during this stipulated time period, then the accused is entitled to a bail subject to the furnishing of surety bonds to the satisfaction of the magistrate. Right? Is this clear to everyone?
No, ma'am. The last line
Yes,
you said
ma'am.
was not clear.
So I was talking about that, like if this 30 days and 60 days time period is being lapsed, like if police officer is not able to file the charge sheet after the lapse of 60 days and 90 days, 60 days and 90 days as well, जो accused person who is in JC, we are talking about like if a person, accused person is in JC, then this stipulated time period is applicable. And if accused is in JC and police officer is not able or is in default to file the charge sheet to the concerned magistrate, then the accused person is entitled to a statutory bail. That means the bail on default. Like he is entitled to get a bail anyways without filing of any application or anything like that. One condition is there that he has to furnish the surety bond, whatever the magistrate asks for. Am I clear now?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay, now coming to the today's topic, we were talking about charge sheet. Okay, so can you see the format on your screen right now? Final form report. Can you see? All of you can see that.
Yes,
ma'am.
Ma'am.
We were talking about final form report today. So
Ma'am,
as you can see, yes.
ma'am, I want to ask, like, if that in this we have discussed, if the charge sheet is not filed within a 60 or 90 days,
Yes.
the accused person will get bail. Ma'am,
Yes.
but if like police officer shows a reasonable ground to magistrate that they were not,
Then also it is
then
being
also
sorry.
he will get bail.
Yes,
if-
he is entitled for bail or bail on default.
Okay, ma'am.
Actually, if the police officer lags on this part, then he is entitled. So no
Okay, ma'am.
other thing needs to be done there, right?
Okay, ma'am, I got it.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, my doubt is pertaining to, ma'am, if the hurt caused by the accused is normal hurt. And ma'am, I have read it somewhere that if this provision of 60 days is not under 60 days, the charges has not been filed, then ma'am, if that person is hospitalized more than 60 days, that hurt automatically converts to previous hurt. Ma'am, what's the
I didn't get your question. I didn't get your question. Please, can you repeat? Can you
Okay,
please
ma'am.
repeat?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, there is a provision that under which, ma'am, within the split time of 60 days, the charges is needed to be filed under section 167 of Criminal Procedure Code.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if that person who is being hurt is admitted more than 60 days, I have read it somewhere that hurt will automatically convert to previous hurt, and then ma'am, what is the provision behind it, ma'am? I was
Okay, I have listened to your question. I would like Manoj sir to answer this question.
एक्चुअली मोनिका इनका क्वेश्चन बड़ा सिंपल सा है
Yes, sir.
कि अगर जो विक्टिम है, if he is hospitalized more than 60 days, then what procedures to be followed? ठीक है ना? तो 60 days का इसका आंसर ये है कि 20 दिन से ज्यादा, मेरा जनरल कि 20 days से ज्यादा कोई भी इंसान अगर अपनी किसी भी हर्ट या किसी भी इंजरी की वजह से 20 दिन से ज्यादा अपने डे टू डे रेगुलर एक्टिविटीज नहीं कर पाता है, so that automatically converted into a grievous hurt, and that offense is converted into a attempt to murder case 307. तो उसमें चार्जशीट का कोई रोल नहीं है, बिकॉज विक्टिम की तो स्टेटमेंट ही काफी है. इफ ही इज एबल टू गिव अ स्टेटमेंट दैट इज फाइन, इफ इज नॉट तो उनके बिहाफ पे जो भी उनके पैरोकार होते हैं वो स्टेटमेंट दे देते हैं, एंड चार्जशीट एंड पर्सन इज टू बी अरेस्टेड, एंड तब तक वो अंदर ही रहता है जब तक कि उसकी स्टेटमेंट बिफोर द कोर्ट नहीं हो जाती.
क्लियर विद यू? क्लियर?
अच्छा, इसमें एक क्वेश्चन आया हुआ है लक्ष्य यादव का. If person is not in JC, then how much time is there for filing a charge sheet? If police officer, investigation officer choose not to arrest the accused, then there is no prescribed time limit for filing of the charge sheet. It can go up to years. There are many cases where FIR is pertains to year 2016-17, and till date no charge sheet has been filed. Right?
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Okay, now coming towards the topic of the day, I was sharing the format of charge sheet with you, right? So let me just quickly share this thing with you. Can you all see final form report kind of thing on your screen?
Yes, ma'am.
So here, final form report, that is called charge sheet, or in some courts we refer to as it as challan as well, right? Under section 173 CRPC, it is being filed. Like in this present case, in the court of courts, and its designation is being mentioned here. Then point number 1 states that district, कौन से district में हुआ है वो FIR कौन से district की थी, then police station, then year of FIR number is there, FIR की date, then final report form और charge sheet number, dated किस date पे charge sheet file हो रही है वो. फोर्थ नंबर पे फोर्थ कॉलम स्टेट एक्ट कौन कौन से लगे, जैसे इस प्रेजेंट केस में आईपीसी इज देयर, इंडियन पिनल कोड, सेक्शंस कौन कौन से इन्वोक हुए हैं, 354, 354A, 354B, 323, 341, 509, 506 and 34 of IPC. Then type of final report form, it is charge sheet, not charge sheet, whatever it is, it's being mentioned here. Then FR अनकट ये कॉग्निजेबल है, नॉन कॉग्निजेबल है, सिविल नेचर का है, किस तरीके का है, फाइनल रिपोर्ट फॉर्म जो है वो किस तरीके का है, वेदर चार्ज शीट बीइंग मेन चार्ज शीट और सप्लीमेंट्री. तो हियर इट इज मेन चार्ज शीट व्हिच इज बीइंग फाइल्ड. देन नेम ऑफ IO, कॉलम नंबर 8, its designation with proper its whatever number or batch he belongs to, then police station, then name and parentage of complainant, whosoever has filed the initial complaint upon whose basis the FIR got registered, it's being mentioned here, the name of complainant and its parentage, like with his husband's or whatever husband, father's name or house address, etc. Then details of property, column number 10 talks about details of property, articles, documents seized, like during the course of investigation, if police officer sees any kind of document, it can be anything, like in the present case itself, it's kind of like the suit or whatever thing being seized at the time of investigation for further, for making the case strong. Basically whatever they are presenting through this charge sheet is like they are implicating all the accused under this section. So making this case for making this case strong, they attach all the things, they seize all the things as per seizure memo is being attached in this charge sheet as well. Then column number 11 talks about the details of accused person charge sheeted. Column number 11 talks about the details, and here accused number 1, his name, whether verified, मतलब वो verify किया है कि नहीं किया है, father's name, then his date of birth, age यहाँ पे इसलिए important है क्योंकि अगर कोई भी accused है वो 18 years से अगर नीचे है तो उनका केस obviously juvenile justice board में जाएगा, then the concerned police station will not deal with it, and the concerned court as well, there is a separate court for juvenile justice thing, right? Then his nationality, passport number and all the relevant things, house address, permanent address and all the things. Like in present case there are 4 number of accused, then accused number 1, all are kept in column number 11 itself. Accused number 1, accused number 2, here all the same details are here. Okay, then accused number 3, accused number 4, So here, one thing which is being important to note here, that in the starting of this charge sheet, what we have seen is there are numerous number of section of IPC is being invoked here. But here in column of accused separately, in accused number 1, all of the sections are not being mentioned against each accused. Upon the finding of the investigation officer during the course of investigation, sections are being put accordingly. Like कौन से person को किस में charge किया गया है, ये उसी according, like accused number 2 here is Govind, तो उनके against जो documents, जो चीजें investigation में मिली हैं, जो findings हुई हैं, उसी section के अंदर उनको जो है वो charge sheet उनके against file की जाती है. Like here, in the above, we have said numerous number of sections were there. Here only 3 are there. 3 and 4 sections are there. So ऐसे ही respectively जिसके against जो चीजें मिलती हैं उसके against वो file की जाती है charge sheet में. Then column number 12 is there. This column particularly talks about the suspect person. Here it is not referred to as accused, and police officers ने इनको accused नहीं बनाया, but यहाँ पर कुछ ऐसे लोगों को रखा जाता है जिन पे suspicion है कि हाँ they might have committed something. तो इसीलिए supplementary charge sheet का भी provision होता है कि अगर उनको during the course of trial उनको कुछ ऐसा मिलता है कि वो file करना चाहें किसी के against, किसी suspect को वो accused बनाना चाहें कि उनके खिलाफ कुछ मिला है, then that person is being put into column number 12. Then coming towards column number 13 of the charge sheet, it talks about the details of witnesses to be examined. You can tell if I'm going very too fast. सबको समझ आ रहा है मैं जो समझा रही हूँ? अगर नहीं आ रहा तो you can interrupt in between.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Please go slow.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Should I go slow?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You can raise your hand and tell me if I'm going too fast, right? Then column number 13 talks about details of witnesses to be examined. That these are public witnesses. जो भी police officers को लगता है कि हमारे केस से relevant, हमारे केस को strong बनाने के लिए कोर्ट में आकर के अपनी गवाही दे सकते हैं basically, उनको यहाँ रखा जाता है. इनको हम रेफर करते हैं PW1, public witness 1, public witness 2, public. It can be any person who is related to the case. Like herein the complainant is PW1, then the head constable of the concerned police station, then learned MM traffic पर ये भी case से related रही होंगी. Then junior resident who have conducted the MLC, he or she may also be called to prove his like he has conducted that MLC. Like medical legal report जो तैयार करते हैं जो doctor होते हैं जो उस time पे MLC, you must have heard about the term of MLC. मेडिको लीगल केसेस जो होते हैं वहाँ पे वो मतलब कोई भी अगर केस होता है वहाँ पे अगर किसी तरीके की इंजरी है कुछ है तो एमएलसी शुड बी कंडक्टेड. तो उसको प्रूव करने के लिए यहाँ पे पब्लिक विटनेस फॉर डॉक्टर आशु जी को बनाया गया है. देन ऐसे ही सो एंड सो फॉर्थ. देन कांस्टेबल बबीता एंड सारे, ठीक है. ये पब्लिक विटनेसेस की लिस्ट है जो पुलिस वालों ने दी है जिनको वो चाहते हैं कि कोर्ट में उनको एग्जामिन किया जाए. राइट? यस और नो मे बी?
Ma'am, I have an issue pertaining MLC.
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, the MLC is basically medical.
Medical legal cases से related होता है.
Okay, ma'am. So basically, it's a document.
It's a kind of doctor's report which is being conducted upon a person for his or her whole body.
Ma'am, it's basically a medical. It's basically a medical report by the victim. By the designated doctor. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. In any case of injury or any sort of kind of thing where like physical injury is being involved, then it is being conducted. Right.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, MLC has to be done within 24 hours of the arrest, right?
Obviously. Otherwise, all the evidence may be not able to be like वो कनेक्ट नहीं हो पाएंगे ना अगर within 24 hours नहीं करते. कोई इंजरी है, if it is fresh, then ज़्यादा अच्छे से उसको आप वो कर पाते हैं. Otherwise तो फिर अगर टाइम ज़्यादा जाएगा तो फिर you won't be able to get all the relevant evidence related to it, ना?
Ma'am.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Ma'am, is it conducted on accused also? The only victim?
Okay. I would like to answer this question, please, sir.
On both.
On both. Okay.
Accused has a right and victim has a procedure. Accused has a right because there is a fundamental rights of the accused. He may not be get tortured in the police station.
Yes, there is a provision for getting the accused after 24 hours. Like if he is in police custody, after each 24 hour, he needs to get MLC should be conducted upon him to see whether any kind of torture is being done or not upon him, right?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, there is any difference between simple medical report and medical legal report, ma'am?
Obviously.
Because in many simple reports, there has been written as this does not serve the purpose of medical legal.
Obviously,
That's actually that's from the private doctor. कुछ लोग क्या होते हैं कि जाकर अपना किसी से एनिमिटी निकालनी है या किसी से दुश्मनी निकालनी है तो दे स्क्रैच देमसेल्व्स, नेल्स मार लिए, कुछ कर लिया और जाके प्राइवेट डॉक्टर्स के पास जाके रिपोर्ट बनवा ली, ठीक है ना. तो प्राइवेट डॉक्टर्स को पता होता है कि their report can be misused, so therefore they specially defined it. This is not for medico legal purpose.
Yes, sir. So it means private doctors cannot issue these reports, ma'am, sir.
No, because the procedure provides the only government qualified doctors.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you. Got it, sir.
Okay, shall I move forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have a question. Ma'am, in case of section 375, ma'am, the MLC should be done in 24 hours, or what happens if 24-hour tenure is just passed, and what's the procedure?
Nothing as such will happen, but again, that point comes the vanishing or the tampering of evidence can be there. If it exceeds the time period of 24 hours, then tampering with evidence can be there. It is a possibility. So it is thereby it is being mentioned that 24 hours ke andar hi it should be conducted, right? Nothing
I would like to add one more thing in this. Otherwise, also the benefit goes to accused then.
Yes.
The benefit at the time of cross-examination, definitely the expert evidence is not there. And what is the expert evidence? The doctor's report. That's fine.
Yes.
Okay. So shall I move forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Talk about list of witnesses. Then coming to list of documents. This is the most important part of any charge sheet. Whenever you get the copy of a charge sheet with you, when you come in the practice, the first of all, the thing which should be kept in mind is that according to the list of documents, you check that all the documents should be there in the charge sheet itself. Like if nature of document like final report form, copy of FIR, and all these documents, you need to check it with you. If you are not having the copy of any of the documents being mentioned here, then you can apply for the same to the concerned court through an application to provide you copy of the same, right? Get it, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
लिस्ट ऑफ 13A कॉलम नंबर जो है, पहले आप सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स चेक करेंगे. अगर कोई भी डॉक्यूमेंट इसमें से मिसिंग है, आप अपनी चार्जशीट देखते हैं, लाइक इसमें पेज नंबर विद ईच डॉक्यूमेंट देयर इज बीइंग मेंशन्ड विद पेज नंबर एज वेल. यू हैव टू चेक ऑल द डॉक्यूमेंट्स विद यू. इफ एनी ऑफ द डॉक्यूमेंट्स is missing, you can file an application to the respective court to provide you copy of the same. And being an accused, you have all the rights to get the copy of this FIR, final report form. But being complainant, you have to apply for certified, because if any document is being filed against you, you have all the rights to defend you and to get that document, right? So accused have the right. I'm not removing the exact provision for this, but there is a provision that accused should be provided with a copy of any document which is being filed against him in the court, right? Then charge sheet, this again same thing is there. Then this is the another charge sheet. The format of another charge sheet is there. This is column number 13A is the last column of any charge sheet, right? Then this is again another charge sheet which is being filed in the Court of Learned MM T. Cesari Court, And the sections being invoked here is IPC 302, 120, 34, and 25, 27 of Arms Act is also there. This is another format of the same kind. You can refer it.
Ma'am,
Yes.
JC means Justice Committee, na? In this JC.
Sorry?
What does JC means? It means Justice Committee, na?
Judicial custody. It means
Okay.
judicial custody. Police custody and judicial custody. There are two types of custody.
Okay,
मैं
ma'am.
आगे
Thank
होती
you.
हूँ, आप पीछे हो, क्योंकि पापा ऐसे हो रहे हैं ना, एक जना ही हो सकता है।
Like,
नहीं,
please
ठीक है।
switch off your mic, please.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, please correct me if I am wrong. Then police custody is police lockup and judicial custody is prison or jail.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
You are absolutely right. Yes. So, any more queries, any kind of thing which you have in your mind, you can ask. Yes.
Ma'am, what is the purpose of like sending two charge sheets like you show us right now?
No, it's not two charge sheets. These two are different separately. These are being filed separately. These are two different charge sheets.
Of the same case?
No, of different case.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was just sharing for your reference so that you can get
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes.
Ma'am, can you show me a closure report also?
Okay, just let me check with it with me. If I am having one with me right now, will definitely show you. Just allow me a minute.
Yeah, ma'am, sure.
Monica, we might not be having closure report because it is filed in very rare cases. Generally, the IO abstains from filing the closure report and charge sheet is filed.
Okay, sir, no issue. Thanks.
Nick, we can show in the next session now if we have any.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sure.
In the meantime, we can take up the questions. As Nikita asked, what if the victim refuses to medically examine herself? So Nikita, that's her right. She can refuse, but that's altogether weaken her case.
Good afternoon, sir and ma'am. Ma'am, I have a question. Can I ask?
Yes, please.
Sir, if in this case, suppose in a particular case, in the charge sheet, it is mentioned section 302, which is of murder, and section 306, as per the complaint. But sir, in recent judgment, we have seen that Kerala High Court judgment that both the sections cannot coexist together. Then sir, if in the charge sheet, it is already mentioned that section 302 and 306, then sir, from the perspective of a prosecutor or from the petitioner side, how to take it forward, sir, because the two sections cannot coexist together.
No. That can be. There is a Supreme Court judgment which says generally what happened in earlier, when there was a charge of 304 Dori death. So usually what they do is they put it like 304 and 306 together. The abatement to suicide and the Dori death. But now there is a Supreme Court judgment recently about that if there is a charge of 304, then simultaneously there has to be a charge of 302 as well. So
but sir, then how does section 306 satisfy? So that is abatement thing.
The abatement?
Yes, sir. Sir, I asked that section 302, which is of murder, and section 306, which is of abatement, both cannot coexist together in a particular. But if in charge sheet, the police people have already mentioned 302, and 306, then sir, from the perspective of a prosecutioner or from the petitioner side, how to sir take it forward, sir? Because
from prosecution side or from accused side?
So from prosecutioner side, if some XYZ has filed the complaint and police has already mentioned section 302 and 306, then sir, how to take it forward if it is a case of suicide? Because sir, suppose sir, if A and B are...
But there is some confusion, Aditya, as I can understand ki in FIR, both the section can be mentioned because it's a preliminary stage of investigation. But after the complete investigation, either it can be a murder or it can be a abetment to suicide. How it can be a both? If person committed a suicide, then how it could be a murder? And if after an investigation, police found if it is a murder, then how it can be a abetment to suicide? That's why there might be the Kerala High Court given this judgment.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Any other questions or queries maybe?
There is one question जो कि है सारिब खान की तरफ से, but this question is not clear. Sarib, are you online? If you are online, please ask your question.
Hi sir, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hi, my question is like, well, there is a case, okay, and the case is like for 8 people, okay, there are 8 accused, 4 accused granted a bail from okay, and other 4 is still in JC, okay. So my question is the charge sheet needs to be present before the court separately for each accused, or it should be it should be mentioned in the same one.
No. It's not like that. Actually, if there are 8 accused, Sharif, then if 4 granted bail, so there are high chances that other 4 also granted bail on the ground of parity. There is a ground of parity as well. And if even a single accused is in custody of that case, then IO is duty bound to present the charge sheet within the stipulated time.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
There is one question from Rohit, maybe how and when charge sheet get quashed? Charge sheet, there is no provision in law to quash the charge sheet. FIR can be quashed under section 482 of CRPC before the High Court, right? And if the police get question, sorry.
482 provision is there. 482 CRPC.
Yes.
Inherent powers here.
Then next question is from Anmol Pandey. If the police fails to supply a copy of charge sheet to accused, would it vitiate the trial? No, not at all.
This is a duty of the court to supply the copy. It's not the duty of the police officer. It's the duty of the court.
Duty of the court. Can the accused refuse to examine himself even in rape cases?
Yes, but that will go against his.
These power of question. Okay, done. Any other question? Maybe.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Yes.
My question was that what section are to be mentioned in charge sheet, like in case of conspiracy, if someone is being accused of conspiracy, then will we mention the punishment clause or the definition clause of the same?
Punishment clause, obviously the punishment clause, that is 120B of IPC. If you are talking about criminal conspiracy, then it's 120B of IPC, and it has to be mentioned there. The punishment clause is being mentioned, not the definition clause, because ultimately he will get convicted under the punishment clause itself, na? Then punishment clause has to be there.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, the another question was, while the person is in the custody, judicial custody of 60 or 90 days, during that period, can he get bail for himself or herself?
Obviously, he can apply for regular bail under section 437 of CRPC. Regular bail is there. Yes.
But ma'am, sometimes when we hear in news, like someone is being taken for the judicial custody for 14 days, and in that period he can't file for the bail.
No, that is a police custody, PC remand.
That is PC remand, which is being asked by the police officers.
He can always apply for a bail in a judicial custody, but he cannot apply for a bail in a police custody. If 14 days minimum remand period is there, maximum actually, 14 days maximum, so sometimes 4 days remand is given, sometimes 8 days remand is given, sometimes 2 days remand is given. So during that period, he cannot apply for bail.
Okay, sir.
So there is one question from Anshul Sharma. You have any other question? You can ask. Akshat, you have any other question?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Then one question is from Anshul Sharma, who has direct messaged me. Sir, if a person committed an offense, in how many days FIR should be registered?
As per the procedure and as per the guidelines laid down by the Honorable Supreme Court of India in Lalita Kumari, that's the state of UP. There's a constitutional bench judgment. Whenever any information received at PS about the cognizable offense, the police officer is duty bound to register an FIR immediately.
Okay, thank you, sir. Then next question from Vipasa. When does the party get an advocate? Is it only possible after the charge sheet is prepared or just when the FIR is made? So if
it depends on, obviously.
Every person is entitled for a legal aid from the very initiating of the FIR itself. He or she has the right to get himself or herself defended. So from the very initiating of the FIR, he is entitled to get an advocate or legal remedy. Right.
इसी से related मोनिका एक question और था.
Yes.
Last time पे session का, let me read it. वो किसका था? Akshita Kriti.
Yes, sir, please.
Akshita Kriti, there was a query.
Is Akshita with us? Is Akshita with us right now? No, sir, nahi hai.
No. No worry. उसका question था Akshita का, what is the procedure for taking free legal aid under Article 39A? As this article comes under DPSP, so it is non-justifiable. So by what procedure a needful person can take a step of getting free legal aid? For free legal aid, the answer is for free legal aid, every district has a free legal DLSA office, Delhi State Legal Services Authority office. So anybody, and DLSA Act, Section 12 provides the criteria to whom they can apply for a legal aid.
Yes, sir.
It is available to all women, to all children, to all person who are in custody, and SC/ST Act जो SC/ST category members हैं उनके लिए है, and senior citizens के लिए है, but उनके लिए एक बार है कि उनकी इनकम 3 लाख से ज्यादा नहीं होनी चाहिए साल की, और Section 12 clarify it more, DLSA Act.
Thank you so much, sir. Then next question from Aditya Das. If a case is filed against the client, then being the defendant counsel, what will be the possible documents need to be furnished before the court?
Aditya has to clarify at what stage he is talking about.
Yes, Aditya, please.
Sir, at the very initial stage, like if we get to hear that one of our client is being in the custody, then if we are taking the case, then at the very beginning stage, if we got to know that from the state the case has been filed, then at the initial stage, what are the documents being a defendant counsel we need to furnish before the court?
The very first stage before the court is for applying a bail.
Okay, sir.
So whatever your defense for getting a bail, you can place those documents before the court with your bail application.
But sir, if then it gets moved to the trial at that time?
At what time?
Sir, if the bail is denied?
Then you have to move to the higher court. If it is denied by the MM court, then you have to move to the session court. If it is denied by the session court, then you have to apply it before the high court with the same documents, with the same grounds, with the same defense.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Got it.
So here next question from Anmol Pandey is, can the default bail be cancelled by the court granting it, or do we have to move higher court?
Yes, it can be cancelled, but only on the one ground that the accused is tampering with the evidence.
Alright, so thank you. If a person get bail before 90 days, then IO is bound to file charge sheet in 90 days.
No.
Okay. How can someone apply for anticipatory bail? Okay, anticipatory bail is all.
See, we have a separate session for that, where the bails and the anticipatory bails. So we will take up this question at that time. We have a separate session for bails, students.
So any more questions by anyone?
Ma'am,
can you explain about the prosecution witness concept and the MLC once again? And I also want to ask the index page that you showed in the charge sheet. There were some pages like 12 pp, 13 pp.
Yes, yes.
So how can we see in that?
Let me share it. Let me share it again for your reference.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Ma'am, I want to ask, like, if there's more than one accused, then there will be same charge sheet or separate charge sheet for each accused?
In this present case, as you can see, there are 4 accused. 4 number of accused are here, and charge sheet is being filed is only one here. So there is no need to file separate charge sheet for each accused. But yes, if they find anything related to the case which makes the case strong later on later stages, then they can file supplementary charge sheet for the same.
Okay.
There is no need to file separate charge sheet for each accused, right? And what was your question is, like you were asking about 12 pp, that index page, right?
I was asking about the index page. They were written 12 pp. Yeah, this one.
These are number of pages. Like final report form consists of 12 number of pages. 2 number of pages, 1 number of pages.
हम जैसे आप बोल रहे थे कि हम लोग इस वाले पेज में से देख के लगा सकते हैं कि इंडेक्स पे कहाँ पे हमारा ये वाला इंफॉर्मेशन दे रखी है, तो ये पीपी कहाँ लिखा होता है?
These are number of pages. That is what I'm trying to say. That like final report form consists of 12 pages. So number of pages is being mentioned here. That is what I'm trying to say.
Excuse me, ma'am.
You have to check. Yes.
Okay.
Basically, I would like to add one thing. Basically, whenever you receive the charge sheet on behalf of the accused, then you have to count these pages. You have to count these pages, whatever mentioned in this column or this index, and thereafter you have to count your pages of charge sheet. Suppose, as per this index, this is the total number of pages is 100, but you received only 90 pages. Then you have to find out what 10 pages are missing from your charge sheet.
So we have to match our pages and the pages given by them from this page.
Yes, then you have to file an application under section 207 for deficient copies. You have to ask the court, Your Honor, I have received the copy of the charge sheet, but there are some deficient copies. I have not received these. So kindly provide me this for the better defense of my accused.
So can you repeat the section again?
207.
207 of
CRPC.
हाँ ठीक है, मुझे स्टेट में yes sir. मैम वो prosecution वाला सेट बता रहे थे PW1.
हाँ, prosecution witness we were talking about. So here is list of witnesses, right, to be examined. प्रोसिक्यूशन विटनेसेस वो सारे विटनेसेस होते हैं जिनको पुलिस वाले जो हैं वो अपनी चार्जशीट में इंक्लूड करते हैं सीरियल नंबर वाइज टू मेक एंड प्रूव देयर केस टू द कोर्ट. लाइक whosoever is connected with the case is being made prosecution witness to come and give his statement in front of the court and prove it. Like here head constable, like maybe कि उन्होंने FIR रजिस्टर की है इसलिए उनको विटनेस बनाया गया, इन्होंने MLC की है तो इनको इसलिए विटनेस बनाया गया कि ये आए और प्रूफ करें कि इन्होंने ही MLC कंडक्ट की थी और ही इज द क्रेडिबल विटनेस. तो ऐसे ही जो पुलिस वाले हैं वो अपनी प्रोसिक्यूशन विटनेस की लिस्ट जो है वो कॉलम नंबर 13 में फाइल करते हैं, राइट?
मोनिका जीनल प्रजापति है कोई, उनका एक क्वेश्चन है,
राइट,
एंड इट्स अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. तो should the copy of the charge sheet be shared with the both the parties? तो इसका आंसर जीनल ये है कि for an accused that's a matter of right. Accused got the charge sheet as a matter of right, but complainant has no role after registration of FIR. That case becomes a state case then. Then public prosecutor has to present his case और हर केस जो भी कंप्लेनेंट है, तो उसमें कंप्लेनेंट जो होते हैं वो सिर्फ एक विटनेस बन का काम करते हैं बाद में, ठीक है। तो उनको मैटर ऑफ राइट एज अ चार्जशीट की कॉपी नहीं दी जा सकती है, लेकिन अगर वो सर्टिफाइड कॉपी अप्लाई करना चाहें अपनी तरफ से तो वो कर सकते हैं।
एक्सक्यूज मी सर।
जी
सर, एफआईआर सिर्फ क्रिमिनल केसेस में ही लॉज होती है?
एफआईआर सिर्फ कॉग्निजेबल केसेस में लॉज होती है।
ओके ओके। एंड इन लाइक सिविल केसेस वगैरह में पुलिस का रोल नहीं होता कोई?
सिविल में पुलिस का रोल होता है जब कोई जज कोई ऐसा ऑर्डर पास करे कि भाई डायरेक्शन ये दी जाए उस ऑर्डर में कि भाई ये प्रॉपर्टी किसी और बंदे की है, वो खाली नहीं कर रहा है, तो जो सिविल कोर्ट का जज है वो ये ऑर्डर पास करेगा कि आप पुलिस स्टेशन से जाके हेल्प लें और वहां से उस बंदे को निकाला जाए।
फाइलिंग ऑफ केस में पुलिस का कोई रोल नहीं है?
नहीं।
ओके सर। एंड मैम एक क्वेश्चन वो था कि जैसे आप बता रहे थे कि चार बंदों के अगर ऊपर कोई केस है तो सेपरेट चार्जशीट फाइल करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट मैम अगर कोई सेपरेट चार्जेस हैं या कोई एक पर्टिकुलर चार्ज है जो 3 बंदों पर है, एक पर नहीं है, तो ऐसे सिनेरियो में क्या होगा?
प्लीज रिपीट योर क्वेश्चन, आई डोंट गेट इट।
सर जैसे कि अभी मैम ने बताया था कि अगर हमें बहुत सारे बंदों पर भी चार्जशीट फाइल करनी है, सेपरेट चार्जशीट फाइल करने की जरूरत नहीं है, सेम चार्जशीट से काम चल जाएगा
जी।
लाइक एंड कुछ चार्जेस तो ऑब्वियसली कॉमन लगेंगे, जैसे कॉमन इंटेंशन का है, कॉन्स्पिरेसी का है।
जी जी
बट
जी।
कोई चार्ज है जो 3 बंदों पर लग रहा है, एक पर नहीं लग रहा है, कोई 2 पर लग रहा है, 2 पर नहीं लग रहा, उस चार्ज के केस में क्या करेंगे?
वो मोनिका मैम ने एक्सप्लेन किया था उस टाइम पे, वो आपको दोबारा एक्सप्लेन कर देंगी, आपने देखा नहीं शायद। दोबारा एक बार मोनिका इनको दोबारा दिखा दीजिए एक बार।
Yes, sir. I will explain again. So here, like in this charge sheet, you can see here numerous number of sections are there, right?
Yes.
54, 354A, B, 323, and all, right? Like here in separate accused column, you can see all of them are not like in this particular accused, all of them are there. But
okay. Got it, ma'am. Got it.
All of them are like they are being charge sheeted under same charge sheet, but the charges
different heads. Okay, got it.
These are different, right?
Thank you.
Then other
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, irrespective of the income level, except senior citizens, will all the other persons get free legal aid?
Not all the other person. Basically, only women are entitled under the Section 12 of DSLSA Act, Delhi State Legal Services Authority Act, talks about women being entitled to free legal aid, and any person upon the income criteria. Like if he or she earns less than 1 lakh per annum, let us say, then he or she is entitled for legal aid. Basically, the needy one.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, suppose police files a charge sheet and they then continues further investigation. So do they need to file a new charge sheet or they can add on to the previous charge sheet?
They will file a supplementary charge sheet for the same. If they find any new findings, new evidence related to the case pertaining, they will file a new, supplementary charge sheet for the same.
Okay, ma'am. And if the court finds that the accused cannot be charged for any sections, so they will discharge the accused, but can the police file again a charge sheet?
Sorry, didn't get your question. Please.
Ma'am, suppose court finds that the accused can't be charged in any of the sections.
Yes.
So the court will discharge the accused.
No,
So, ma'am,
discharge, but there is a stage in the case after the filing of charge sheet, that is framing of charges. So
Yes,
here,
ma'am.
it depends. Police वाले कुछ भी लिख करके भेज रहे हैं section, that is not the final charge under which the trial will commence, right? The magistrate will frame charge according to his or her thing, and the trial will commence upon that particular section as well. सो इट डजेंट मैटर कि चार्जशीट में कौन कौन से सेक्शन इन्वोक हुए हैं. फ्रेमिंग ऑफ चार्जेस के बाद जो सेक्शंस फाइनल होते हैं, जो मैजिस्ट्रेट फ्रेम करते हैं, फ्रेमिंग ऑफ चार्जेस अलग से एक पूरा वो है, चैप्टर है जो पढ़ाया जाएगा नेक्स्ट सेशंस में आपको, तो आपको ज्यादा क्लियर होगा.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, suppose the magistrate discharge the accused. So, ma'am, can police file one more charge sheet on the same grounds again?
No. No police officer is above the magistrate, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Can't
Got
do
it.
that. Yes.
Thank you.
Then next
Ma'am,
question.
concept of MLC.
Concept of MLC. What doubt you have regarding MLC? Can you be more specific?
I have to be specific. Is that when you were teaching about MLC, there was a network, so I couldn't see.
I'm sorry.
And when I was back,
and
when you were teaching about MLC, there was some network issue which caused me to leave the meeting.
Okay.
That is why, ma'am. So I thought that I'll be asking the same in the end of the
The
session.
kind of medico-legal certificate which is being issued by a registered medical practitioner, and he or she should be a government enrolled doctor. In any case pertaining to physical injury, MLC needs to be conducted before filing of FIR.
That there is one more thing that will be considered as a expert evidence under section 45 of the Evidence Act.
Yes. I hope it is clear to you now.
Yes, ma'am.
Monica, there is one question. Lakshya Yadav. If Lakshya Yadav asks, if public prosecutor is not doing his work with clean hands, then we can stand our own advocate. So, बड़ा tricky सा question है लक्ष्य ये. There is a provision in CRPC section 302. Yes, you can, but courts generally इस applications को allow नहीं करती हैं in a routine manner. Because public prosecutor अगर clean hand से काम नहीं कर रहा है तो उसके लिए आपको एक strong evidence वहाँ पे देना होगा, तभी हो सकता है. Otherwise, those applications रोज लगती हैं कोर्ट में ये कहकर कि वो मिल गए हैं और रोज dismiss होती हैं.
So here is a question from Ruchi Vats. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And Ruchi Vats ka question hai, what is seizure memo of Ton's suit? Here in this case, it is being mentioned. So do you want me to show that seizure memo?
I mean, that is answered by Simran Singh.
Okay.
Already answered.
Then any more question is there?
The Anmol Pandey asking, sir, what if the charge sheet discloses a non-cognizable offense? Charge sheet cannot disclose a non-cognizable offense. Either they can file a cancellation report, and for non-cognizable offenses, there are NCR, there's a non-cognizable reports under section 155 of CRPC. That's a separate procedure.
Then there is a question from Srishti. Hello, ma'am. I want to know what is the, I don't know how to pronounce it. MUHCHL, what is this? I didn't get it. Sir, can you please open the
Srishti, hello, ma'am. Muchalka.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I wanted to know what is a muchalka. I heard this when I was doing an internship.
Muchalka is a personal bond.
Okay.
Personal bond actually. जब आप कस्टडी में होते हैं ना, तो जब आपकी बेल बाहर से होती है तो जो श्योरिटी जो आपकी जमानत देते हैं ना, तो जो किसी भी बेल बॉन्ड में अगर आप देखेंगे तो बेल के ऑर्डर में ये लिखा होता है, यू हैव टू गिव अ पर्सनल बॉन्ड एंड अ श्योरिटी बॉन्ड, राइट. तो श्योरिटी तो आपने कोर्ट में दे दी, ठीक है ना, लेकिन आप तो कस्टडी में हैं जेल में, तो आप पर्सनल बॉन्ड कैसे देंगे? तब एक मुचलका नामा भरा जाता है जिसको पर्सनल बॉन्ड बोलते हैं, जो जेल जाता है, तो जब आप रिलीज होते हैं तब वहां पे जेल सुपरिटेंडेंट वो आपसे साइन करा के और आपके थंब इंप्रेशन लेके आपको रिलीज करता है.
Thank you so much, sir. Then there is question from Abhinav Singh. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am.
Yes.
Sir, with this question, if any offense is bailable offense, so then the accused has the fundamental right to get bail itself from the jail itself.
No. नहीं. अगर वो bailable offense है तो police officer of that the concerned police officer has a right to release him on a bail.
या तो सर वो मैजिस्ट्रेट के पास जाएगा पहले कि वो वहीं से एक मुचंका जैसा आपने
That's what
बताया?
I'm saying.
Police
If that's a bailable offense, then police officer has the right to release him on bail. वो कोर्ट जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है उसको.
ओके, तो उसमें यही मुचंका भरा जाएगा ये जो आप बता रहे हैं।
नहीं. उसमें पर्सनल बॉन्ड वो उसको जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, बिकॉज उसमें वो क्या करते हैं, एक आईडी ले लेते हैं कोई भी, कि भाई कोई अपना वैसी श्योरिटी आप बता दो जो आपका वो आपकी श्योरिटी दे दे कि अगर आप इधर उधर कहीं जाते हैं तो वो आप उनके थ्रू आपको ढूंढा जा सके.
So what is the significance of surety bond?
Surety bond significance is if accused evades the trial or evades the court hearings, then the surety is a duty bound to make him appear in the court. और आप इसको ऐसे कर सकते हैं, आप इसको ऐसे देख सकते हैं कि सपोज करो कि किसी केस में अक्यूज की बेल हुई है फॉर द श्योरिटी अमाउंट ऑफ ₹50,000. अब श्योरिटी के पास दो चॉइसेस हैं, या तो उसको पकड़ के लेकर आए कोर्ट के सामने, या फिर जो 50,000 की उसने श्योरिटी दी है उस अमाउंट को डिपॉजिट कराए जो अमाउंट उसको ढूंढने में खर्च किया जा सके.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. And there is one question from Abhinav Singh. Ma'am, as you told that if accused in JC, then charge sheet has to be filed within 60 days, then in which situation the limit? Okay. So to clear this, I have talked about section 167 CRPC. The proviso number 1 talks about the filing of charge sheet within 90 days in all the cases which relates to death, imprisonment for life, or imprisonment for more than 10 years, and 60 days in all other offenses. And I have also talked about the crimes related to women. In all the FIRs, all the offenses in which it discloses that the crime is against a woman, then the stipulated time period for filing charge sheet is 60 days in that cases as well. So for this question, you can refer to section 167 CRPC. You will be more clear.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, suppose the police's investigation a cognizable case, and then they came up that it's a non-cognizable case, then they will file a complaint as a complainant. So is the complaint is same as the charge sheet?
If it's non-cognizable, then NCR will get registered. Non-cognizable report under section 155, sir has already told about this.
Ma'am, but in section 2D of CRPC, it is mentioned that if the police came up with non-cognizable case, then the police will be treated as a complainant and the file will be treated as the complaint.
They will file the cancellation report in the concerned court then. Na? They will file the cancellation report against that particular thing.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks. Thank you.
Ma'am, I want to ask, like in bail, there is surety. Like what is surety? Is the amount of money and the person who takes the guarantee.
Surety is basically the person who is taking the guarantee, and the amount of surety is surety bond. मतलब bond के अंदर जो वो चाहे आपका RC हो सकता है.
आपका इसको आपका ना अलग से सेशन है बेल बॉन्ड्स का और श्योरिटी बॉन्ड्स का.
We will discuss that.
Okay, sir.
अलग से सेशन है, आपको जो शेड्यूल शेयर किया है उस पे ग्रुप पे आप उस पे देखेंगे तो वो अलग से सेशन है. वो ज्यादा क्लैरिफाई तब होगा जब आप फॉर्म्स देखेंगे.
Okay.
राइट. अभी चार्ट शीट से रिलेटेड कोई क्वेश्चन है तो वो कोई पूछ सकता है.
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other question?
Related to charge sheet.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello, ma'am.
Please, one by one. First, let Khushi ask, then Akshat, you can ask them. Yes, Khushi, please.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, in this suspect column, if suppose a name is mentioned, suppose A is mentioned, and when the police do the further investigation, and in the supplementary charge sheet, it found that some other person is also accused or some other person is actually committed the offense, then in that case, what is the procedure?
File a second supplementary charge sheet for that. He will file a supplementary charge sheet for that as well in the later stage. Next question. Yes, Akshat.
Ma'am, Ma'am, in the case of charge sheet, ma'am, after filing charge sheet, does the police or the state has to file for a separate PF form as well, like we studied in the previous session?
PF form is altogether a different concept. It has nothing to do with this thing. Process fee form is in the cases where there is like individual complainant, individual plaintiff and defendant are concerned. Here we are talking about cases related to state. Public at large is being concerned with it, and PF has nothing to do with this thing.
Then, ma'am, how the accused gets all the information about what he's being accused of?
So we didn't get your question. Accused what?
Ma'am, how did the accused get the knowledge of how under which section he is being prosecuted for or being accused for? I mean, the side of.
I would like
Sorry?
sir to answer this question.
Many, but I think there is some confusion in the question. Actually, what's your name? Akshat. Akshat, what happened when charge sheet is filed? Either the offense is bailable or non-bailable. If it is bailable, the accused is out. If it's non-bailable, he may apply for a bail. If he gets a bail, so he gives an undertaking that he will appear on each and every date. He already gives an undertaking about that. And whenever charge sheet is filed, this is a duty of the investigation officer to make accused appear in the court on the very first date, so that the charge sheet can be supplied to him.
Okay, sir. So that was my question. That does the accused get the charge sheet or copy of the charge sheet or not?
He has all the rights.
This is a right. This is a right. On the very first day, he has a right to get the charge sheet.
Thank you, sir.
So next question from Jinal Prajapat is, can supplementary charge sheet be filed as and when officer gets any extra information, or can it be filed only once? So
It can be filed as many as time new evidence comes with the investigation officer, he can file it.
any more questions for
Sir,
anyone?
my question is, sir,
Yes.
nowadays, sir, things are going online. Since is it the duty of the court to provide a charge sheet, a copy of charge sheet to the accused in online mode, or is obligated to appear in court and receive it from court?
Yes, and physical appearance is very much required, and the hard copy is to be supplied.
Sir, nowadays, sir, courts are going online. So, sir, what's
It's going both the ways. It is going both the ways.
Both the ways, actually, there is no provision of providing any online. There is no changes in the CRPC after the COVID, but for the convenience of the parties, they are adopting this procedure.
Sir,
yes.
Sir, can you explain what is occurrence report?
What is
occurrence report?
Where it is mentioned?
Actually, I've read it somewhere that the police have to inform the magistrate within the 24 hours of arrest that they have arrested the accused and these all the charges they have framed against him. So that occurrence report have to be submitted before the magistrate, area magistrate.
Occurrence report is no such report in the CRPC.
And no, sir, it's not mentioned in the CRPC.
Maybe some other name is there. That's basically there is a provision in the CRPC that if any FIR is registered, then police officers are duty bound to intimate to the Ilaka magistrate within 24 hours.
Yes, sir.
The provision in the CRPC.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
sir.
If any other question, so you can write down at interns@thelegum.gmail.com. We will take up your questions on the next session. Right?
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Monica.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. And if any other question, you can ask us.
Ma'am, I want to ask,
Yes, please.
you said in cognizable offense only charge sheet has been fallen. Non-cognizable offense, non-cognizable report can be filed. Ma'am, but if accused has committed both cognizable and non-cognizable offense, then what would be the procedure?
The cognizable offense procedure will follow them.
Yes, sir.
Cognizable offense procedure will follow them.
Okay, sir. I got it.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Over to you, Apu.
Thank you so much, Ms. Monica, for this wonderful session. Now I would like to invite our respected sir, Mr. Manoj Kumar, to address the questions which has been put forth through mail from our last session.
Apurva, it's already been answered.
All right. So next session will be on 13th August in turns. And I would request you, if you have some technical issues or some emergency that you have to leave the meeting, you can go and check our YouTube channel so that you won't interrupt the speaker in between. Thank you so much, interns. Hope to see you soon. Thank you, everyone.